I don't know about you, but I find it really hard to answer the "so, how are you doing?" question right now. On the one hand, I'm worried about the potentially catastrophic effects of the current global pandemic, the effects on individuals, businesses, communities, and nations. I worry about what all of this means for me and for the other 7.5 billion other humans that I share this planet with. But on the other hand, I also believe that the current crisis has the potential to spark a wave of individual, organizational, and global innovation, creativity, and ultimately growth on a scale that we've never before seen in the history of the human race. In my more optimistic moments, I wonder if this is the event that finally makes us realize that we're all one species rather than different colors or genders or religions or nationalities, and we really are all in this together. I used to think it would take an alien invasion, but maybe this could do it too, which would be awesome. Many of us are trying very, very hard to remain or become positive, trying to reassure ourselves or others that things will be okay, at least eventually. However, at this point, all but the most naive of us have realized that things are very serious, and they're probably going to get more serious before they get better. Knowing that, how do we find a way to stay hopeful, optimistic, determined, focused, and energized without either denying reality or having a total breakdown? As a partial answer to that question, I want to share a very short story with you. For some of you, it may be familiar, and for some of you, it may be new. Either way, on the other side of the story, I'd like to suggest an exercise that will help you put the key message of the story into practice for yourself. So the story goes like this. In Cherokee legend, a grandfather tells his grandson, "There is a fight going on between two wolves in all of us. One wolf is anger, fear, envy, bitterness, arrogance, and greed. The other wolf is love, hope, kindness, generosity, joy, and compassion." The grandson asks, "Which wolf will win?" And the grandfather replies, "The one you feed." We all need to be very, very careful about what we're feeding our mental wolves right now. Are we allowing them to gorge themselves on a nonstop diet of news outlets and social channels, or even friends and family that feed our deepest, darkest, most primal fears? To what extent are we balancing those inputs with stories about hope, resilience, grit, innovation, and compassion? Because those stories are out there too. So here's my challenge to you. It has two parts. First, as soon as you're done watching this video, take a hard look at the stories and posts and people you've engaged with over the past 24 hours or so. Most will fall into one of three categories. First, channels or people that simply provide data or information. Second, channels or people that leave you feeling angry, afraid, or both. And third, channels or people that leave you feeling hopeful and energized, and hopefully that enable and inspire you to act in positive, productive ways. Second, try the following experiment for 24 hours, a full day. Decide to eliminate from your life, or avoid as much as possible if total elimination isn't an option, the two information channels or people that most consistently fall into the second category, meaning they leave you feeling angry, afraid, or both. Now, if one of those channels happens to be someone you're self-isolating with at home, that's going to present some additional challenges. There may be some tough conversations you need to have about boundaries and what you need in order to maintain your mental health. At the same time, for 24 hours, increase your exposure, virtually as necessary, to the people and/or channels that leave you feeling the most hopeful, energized, and inspired to act. Try this combination for 24 hours and see if you feel different, if you feel better at the end of the experiment. It is a crazy world out there right now, but it feels a lot less crazy when it isn't also crazy inside your own head. So, feed the wolf you want and starve the one you don't. If you'd like to download a digital version of this two wolves image, please look for the link in the description for this video. And for more information and for additional videos and resources, please visit my website.